What is up, and welcome back, everyone, to the W Sports Podcast. Jimothy and Tubby, we are back again because, yes, you guessed it, it's MLB Today, our mid-April report. That is right. As we record this, it's literally the middle of April. The season is about 3 weeks into it, or anywhere from like 13 to 16 games, depending on what team you are.
Mhm.
But we got a full 2 weekends of baseball, so today we're recapping all things baseball. So thank you so much for joining the show, for subscribing, doing all those things. It's going a long way to support the show. So, Tubby, welcome back, man. It's baseball season.
Yeah, it is definitely baseball season. I have been watching a lot of baseball. Didn't watch them really much this weekend. I did tune into the Masters, but
Makes sense.
but I have been watching a lot of baseball.
Yeah, so I do want to know your Masters thought on here. We're going to take a rabbit trail if that's okay. I know this is baseball update, but Masters did just happen, and I don't think I think every time something like this happens in the Masters, we realize how lucky we were to have Jack and to have Tiger.
Yeah.
Those dudes would just cut the throat of anybody, and Rory, thankfully for his own sake, he won the playoff. But good Lord, that dude has done this a couple times where he buckles under pressure. But congrats to him, got the career grand slam.
Yeah, no, I thought once he missed that putt on 18, I was like, Rose is going to win.
Mm-hmm.
He's in his head, and you watch that putt, and it was left edge, and he almost did the same exact thing and burned the edge again, and I was just like,
dude,
the master gods were for a little bit. We're like, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude.
As long as it's interesting, we'll go ahead and give it to you.
Yeah, his second shot on the playoff hole was what was the ultimate difference maker.
Yeah.
Of course, I mean that just the way it landed on the green and rolled closer.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, if he blows this, it's going to be all his fault. But a lot of pressure. But yeah, he did win again. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, it took him a little bit to get that career grand slam, but he was able to pull it off. And like the crazy thing was they were showing beforehand, like the guys that had won majors, since the last time he had won one, and Tiger and Phil Mickelson were on that list.
Yeah, how lucky? Yeah, go ahead.
In their late 30s and 40s, both of them pull off a major before the last, since the last time Rory did. So I think it kind of just it's probably a weight off of his shoulders going, I haven't won a major since 2015, 2014, 10 years, 11 years, something like that. So maybe we see Rory go on and run this year and win a couple more.
Yeah, that's what's tough. I don't know that I see it. I haven't seen that consistently for him in his career, but it just we thankful that Tiger won that Masters that was 2019 when he did it, 2018, something like that. Just beautiful. So and so now you're officially into golf season, but it was nice because Sunday after work I got home and I was like, Cardinals game literally had just ended because it was an earlier game, and I was like, right, the Masters is on. I'm gonna turn this on, and that was when I saw the collapse happen. I was like, oh man, it was perfectly timed television. So always coverage. All right, let's go ahead and transition. We're 3 minutes into the show, so thank you guys for sticking around with us. We're going to get into baseball season, Tubby. We're in mid-April. I don't think that it really matters to look at the standings until we get to Memorial Day. That's kind of the big turning point, like, hey, how are we? But I would love to know, big picture, what are some of the things that you're seeing, maybe one or two storylines from each league so far into the season?
Looks like the AL West is shaping up to be an incredible race. Maybe not a whole lot of good teams, but if we're looking at it right now, I mean, all the teams are within 3.5 games of each other. So
only one team has a positive run differential.
And that's what I'm saying. It's not great baseball, but it could be a great, playoff push race if all these teams are staying right around. I mean, you got the Angels right now sitting in first.
I know, which is crazy, but they've had some production from different guys.
Some from guys that you weren't expecting. But that, and I mean, really, I think the other big news is the Braves. Haven't played great baseball to start the season.
Yeah, still 4-4. I will say it's a tough draw at the beginning of the year with the injuries that they had, but also having 10 road games of your 15 are all on the road. That is a tough way to start the season. And the getting Spencer Strider back. So let's go ahead and plant that real quick. one of the biggest additions that any team's going to make. He has absolutely dominated the lesser talent in the minor leagues when he started.
Hmm.
13 strikeouts, I believe, in his last minor league start. So he looks like
Yeah.
he is ready to roll.
Oh yeah, yeah. It'll definitely be a much needed add to that rotation. I mean, anything can help with what's going on, but the big thing is can they put up the runs?
hmm Can they put up the runs? I don't know yet. I again, the talent's there. They should. There's
Yeah.
zero reason why they shouldn't. But there's still no Ronald Acuna Jr. You think about getting an ace and an MVP potentially at some point, maybe in May
Hmm.
is what I'm thinking towards Memorial Day. But still no news on him. The two big storylines that I have right now. One big one, obviously the torpedo bat. All I'm saying is bring back sticky stuff. Let it go. I think that'd be incredible for baseball. And the second one is if you don't win your division, you better be in the NL West in the National League. That's the other storyline right now. There are four teams. The Giants don't seem to be messing around this year. They have some good starting pitching. I still love some of the talent. I don't know if they have the star talent yet on the offensive side,
Yeah.
but I do see a lot of just the tools that I haven't seen a lot of the excitement on the offensive side. On the batting side
Hmm.
of things for the Giants the last couple of years, and here we are, 11-4. It's a good start.
Yeah.
The Dodgers are in third in the division, which is just beautiful to see. Sorry, Tubby.
Hey, Dodgers always start out slow. I ain't worried.
Start out so they're 11-6. At this clip, they're still going to win like 100 games.
I
Starting
mean,
out slow.
11-6. They started. I mean, they haven't played great the last two series. That's what I'm saying. It's somewhat of a slow start. They got some
Mhm.
injuries. Freeman's only has missed 12 games already.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then if I'm going to look at the other side, the AL one specific AL one, it's just the Baltimore Orioles and just falling flat so far. They just have not had any spark or energy that you saw 2 years ago. You saw this team have so much excitement.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's what we've been talking about. They are on the verge of closing that window so fast because they're not willing to spend the money on pitching.
mhm. Yeah, yeah, but I think you have to have the
Yeah.
ace. You got to have. And
Yeah.
there's maybe 12 total aces if you really look at it, and everybody else is playing from behind.
Yeah.
Um, God, and it just frustrates me. Other people don't get it. But speaking of which, the Cardinals are going to a 6-man rotation this week, starting because they have 14 games in
Oh,
14
okay.
days, which I get, but
Yeah.
it just puts you behind the ball so many times. And
Hmm.
Steven Matz is a good number 6, I guess. But Miles
Yeah.
Michaelis is a good number 7. So you tell me what they're doing. Yeah. Any worries on a guy like Dylan Cease, by the way? An ERA at 8 so far into the season?
I mean, it's early on in the season. You don't want to panic too much, but I haven't really watched him pitch so much, so I don't know if is the velocity down? Is there potentially something with the elbow or something going on that they're
Mhm.
trying to play through? I don't know. But I mean, early on in the season, you don't want to panic too much. I mean, we saw it last year with Blake Snell, but Snell had an excuse because of the late, start because of the signing. But I mean, we see this happen a bit from some of these bigger name pitchers, and a big part of it could be that there were so many trade rumors, swirling at
Yeah.
the right before the season, where they're, you know, even after spring training, they're like, oh yeah, Dylan Cease is going to get traded right before the start of the season. So maybe that's kind of messed with him a little bit, and the contract stuff is kind of getting to him. So I don't know. I wouldn't panic too much. Like I said, it's early on, only 3 weeks into the season, so don't panic too much if you're a Padres fan.
Yeah, well, it's hard to panic when they're in first and 13-3. But I hear you. But this
Very true.
is, yeah,
Hmm.
as a team wise, they should be okay. How
Yeah.
about your Cincinnati Reds? Yes, they're at 500, 8-8, which is good, but their offense is still not
Yeah.
woken up. They've scored 62 runs so far in 16 games. Not a very good pace there.
No.
Uh, give me your thoughts.
They're gonna have to find some bats. I mean, their pitchers are starting. I mean, Hunter Green's looking great so far this year. Lodolo starting to round into shape. I mean, the starting pitching surprisingly has been the best part. When you look at the young bats that they have, you would have expected that to be the thing, be able to score runs and have questions with the starting pitching.
Yeah.
Well, right now it's not quite that scenario. So yeah, they're really going to need a guy like Ellie De La Cruz and all these guys to really find a way to get the bats waking up to make a push for the division.
Yeah, well, looking at Cincinnati right now, Ellie De La Cruz is really the only guy who's woken up at all. He has three home runs, 17 RBIs. Nobody else is above 7 RBIs on this team or has more than 2 home runs. I mean, he only
Mm-hmm.
he is hitting 238 with a 284 OBP. The team as a whole is hitting 200 with a 272 OBP. To put that in perspective, yes, the Cubs have the most runs in the league right now, and they played a couple more games because
Mm-hmm.
the Japan series. But their OBP and average is 256 average and a 348 OBP. Just the difference that they
Mm-hmm.
have there, multiple guys,
Yeah.
and the Cubs are leading the division. So it's wild to look at a team like the Reds, who for so long have had good offense and
Yeah.
terrible pitching. But like you said, Hunter Green and Lodolo, even Brady Singer,
Yeah.
overall has been good, only giving up 1 home run so far. So he's keeping the ball in the ballpark.
Yeah, and a very hitter-friendly ballpark, to
Hmm.
say that.
Hmm. Yeah. So, what about your Dodgers? You mentioned a couple, hiccups in the last couple of series. I mean, you look
Mm-hmm.
at Shohei Ohtani. I don't know if you have any thoughts on him. My biggest thought is stop hitting the dude lead off. It is driving me crazy.
I'm worried that there might be something wrong with his shoulder.
Okay.
There's been a couple times, or at least 3 times I've seen while I was watching the games where he swung, and then after he got done swinging, either struck out, grounded out, he walked into the dugout, and he's shaking his left shoulder.
Mm.
So I don't know if maybe it's a strain or whatever, but I don't know if he's completely healthy. I mean, he's putting up decent numbers, but he's not putting up Shohei numbers. Batting like 280 something right now, which isn't the best. Striking out a little bit more than he normally would.
Hmm.
So I'm wondering if maybe he's not fully healthy. If there's maybe something going on in his left shoulder and it's kind of affecting his swing. Because there's one where he swung hard and in the same at bat, and he kind of shook his shoulder, and then the next pitch, it was just like this. He just kind of threw the bat out there and swung and missed. And so I'm like, maybe there's something going on there. Freddie Freeman, he's
Yeah.
been out, he's been hurt, trying to rehab from the injuries from the end of last year, and then kind of tweaking things. Blake Snell's on the IL already,
Oh
so
man.
it's
Yeah.
things aren't playing great for him right now. With the injuries already early on the season, but like you said, they're still, 5-6 games ahead, above 500. So it's not like super worrisome, but I think that you got to be a little bit worried with Shohei if there is something wrong with that shoulder.
Yeah, that's be a big alarm bell too
Mm-hmm.
for this team right now. But my thing is, stop hitting him lead off. He has 4 home runs and 5 RBIs. It's driving me
Yeah.
crazy. He's too good of a bat, especially when guys like Freddie Freeman are struggling. Kike
Mm-hmm.
Hernandez has 4 home runs and 5 hits total,
Yeah.
44 at bats, and it's just like you're like, how can you have this stuff with this team right now? And it's
Mm-hmm.
just they're going to be fine. They're going to get
Yeah.
Nolan Arenado at some point this season, and he's been hitting the ball well. He's not been hitting home runs, but he's hitting doubles and good
Yeah.
average, and so it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah. And the thing is like Kike's playing a lot more than he normally would right now early on because of Freeman. So he's been playing first base, since Freeman's been out. He's playing every day, which is not something you expect for Kike unless there's an injury. And so I think maybe once things get back to, normal where he's coming off the bench and playing, a couple game here, center field or left field or, some different, maybe we'll figure something out where he's not having to, take as many at bats and you're not worried about, okay, well, he's going to hit one. It's probably going to be a home run and he's going to strike out the other times more than likely.
Yeah, but your guy Yamamoto looking like an
Yeah.
early easy candidate for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. Yamamoto is looking incredible right now. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Any other thoughts you have? Any or storylines? I mean, I don't want to hang on your Dodgers too long here, but Tommy Edman
No.
with 6 home runs right now is leading the team.
All right. Since you brought Tommy Edmonds up, I'm going to ask you a question real quick.
Okay.
It's a little trivia question. There's 6 players, 7 now, because one guy hit one today, that have 6 home runs this year in Major League. You named one of them, Tommy Edman. Can you name the other? I'll give you 3 of the other ones. Can you name the other 2? Because they're probably 2 that people are not going to expect.
Okay.
So you got Aaron Judge. Everyone
Yep.
expects
Easy
that.
one.
Mike Trout, even
Yep.
though he's batting 195, and then Kyle Schwarber. So there's
Yeah,
2
gosh,
other
right.
ones outside of Edman that have 6 home runs, and these 2 are, I think, they're a little out there that most people wouldn't expect, especially one guy because he has hit as many home runs this year as he did last
Oh, I can't tell you that one. Corbin Carroll,
year.
I thought was close. I know he's hit a couple more home runs, but I think he has 5.
Yeah, he's got 5.
Dang.
He's not quite there.
Yeah, I don't. The 4 that you gave me, the 4 I knew.
All right, so one place for the Giants. I don't know if that'll help, and the other one plays for the A's.
No. Oh, I know who you're talking about with the A's. I don't know who you're talking about on top of it. I could pull it up probably, but no, for the A's, it's Tyler something.
Soderstrom, yeah.
Yes,
For the
thank you.
for the
No, yeah, I don't think anyone was really seeing that one coming. By the way,
I I thought the power. I mean, the power numbers, in the minor leagues were there for him. I wasn't expecting him to be on the tear that he's on right now. 305, 6 home runs, what he's doing. But the other one
yeah.
is crazy because if I'm not mistaken, he had 4 home runs last year, and it's Wilmer
Oh, let me check.
Flores.
Yeah. Oh man, is he a torpedo bat guy or is
I
he
have no idea.
Jackson Profar guy?
I have no idea right now, but he's got 6 home runs, and then the other one
Yeah.
bonus, he just hit it just like 20 minutes before we got on. Is Jazz Chisholm.
Oh yes, that makes sense. I don't know. I still love that fit for them in New
Yeah,
York. I still believe in New York. I think they can make the addition to go get a guy like Sandy at some point this year.
yeah,
Ben Rice, what has he been doing?
not a whole lot.
He
But
hasn't
that's
gotten any home. I thought he hit another. He's been hitting the ball. I don't know if he's got a home run. Oh, now I'm on the wrong page.
say I
Go
haven't seen
back.
a whole lot from Rice this year.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull him up real quick.
But
Yankees.
yeah, I mean, right now you talked about Kike with 4 home runs, 5 hits. Mike Trout has 6 home runs and 15 hits.
Yeah, yeah. That's Mike Trout for you, though.
I mean, batting
Yeah.
195. And another thing is only 2 of those guys are batting over 280.
Yeah. Well, but Aaron
and
Judge.
Judge and Tyler Soderstrom.
Aaron Judge still looks incredible. He looks like a creative player. It's insane.
Yeah. Judge
He is.
I mean, the home runs numbers have slowed down a little bit because he hit 3 in one game, 4
yes,
in
he did.
2 days. So I mean, but he's still hitting the ball.
Yeah, and his OBP right now is at 470. Again, small sample size, still pretty solid. Ben Rice, by the way, 5 home runs, only 7 RBIs because he's hitting behind Judge. But an OBP at 400, 300 average. I don't know, man. Watch out. He's getting the playing time too because you don't have Carlos Stanton out there.
Yeah, getting those DH at bats. Yeah.
Oh, I do have one more guy I wanted us to bring up because he almost has that, but it's Spencer Torkelson. Are you a believer right now?
Dude, I said it after week 1.
Mm.
Game 1. I watched him play against the Dodgers, and I know it's like, it's just the hype up. His approach at the plate is so much different than what it was. And he's taking pitches. I mean, he walked, I think, 6 times in that Dodgers series. In the first series, 4 of them were in one game.
He has 8 total now.
Yeah, I mean, he's taking pitches. He's changed his swing where he's not using all upper body, he's using the lower body, and you can tell that he is a different player than he was last year because we all expected him to kind of ride that wave that he had towards the end of 2023 into 2024, and all it was just a big letdown, getting sent back down to the minors. He would have been down in the minors more than likely this year if there wasn't some injuries for the Tigers. They had 6 guys on the IL on opening day that were pieces of that offense, and so I'm definitely buying into it because, like I said, the approach has changed at the plate where he is taking pitches that he wouldn't have taken last year, and he's staying within himself in his swing, and he's changed that swing where he's not relying on the upper body to time it, where he's using the lower body and getting the power into it that he has, and it's showing so far.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so here's the good news. Every early in the week, we're going to do kind of just MLB Today. That's what we're trying to call it. That's why I just came up with the title today. So I like it. But we'll do that as we go into April. We'll do it once a week. So if you're here and you're hoping for some NFL news, don't worry. We have that coming later this week. We'll have some more draft prep because we know draft is like 10 days away or something like that. It is going to be so much fun. And Tubby is thrilled and ready to roll.
I'm so ready. So
So,
ready.
till then, if you haven't already, make sure you share the episode with somebody. Maybe share the podcast. We'd appreciate that. Put your thoughts in the questions, especially when it comes to draft. You can go to any of our
Hmm.
previous episodes. Put your team in there. Ask Tubby what you hope your team does. Ask maybe you have a plan. Put your
Yeah.
comment in there. Tubby will give you his reaction response to it. But yeah, till then, we'll see y'all next time.
See ya.
See ya.